Good evening from the Channel's newsroom in London. 17 people have been killed in a bus crash in Dubai. At least 12 of the victims were from India. The driver, who's in his 50s, reportedly failed to notice several warning signs about height restrictions after he entered a lane for smaller vehicles. Local media says he then tried to swerve a height barrier, which sliced through the left-hand side of the bus. 31 passengers were on board. Several were also injured. Fierce weather has claimed the lives of 3 marine rescuers off the coast of western France. Their boat capsized as Storm Miguel swept in, whipping up winds of up to 129 kilometers an hour. They were part of a crew of 7 who were answering a distress call from a fishing boat. 4 managed to swim to shore. In Sweden, police have opened a criminal investigation following an explosion in the town of Linköping. At least 25 people were hurt as the blast ripped through 2 buildings, shattering windows and destroying balconies. The cause wasn't immediately clear. A Russian destroyer and a US guided missile cruiser have narrowly avoided a collision in the Philippine Sea. The US Navy says the Russian warship came within 15 to 30 meters of its vessel. It's accused the crew of making an unsafe and unprofessional approach, which put sailors at risk. Russia is blaming the US, saying it was forced to make a dangerous maneuver to prevent the collision. Meanwhile, President Putin has told the St. Petersburg Economic Forum that America is trying to extend its jurisdiction and enforce its legal power across the world. He also raised concerns over what he described as attempts to force Chinese telecoms giant Huawei out of the global market.
Вызывает озабоченность, что такая разрушительная практика поразила не только традиционные рынки, энергетические, сырьевые, товарные, но и перекочевала в новые, формирующиеся отрасли. Ситуация вокруг компании Huawei, например, которую пытаются не просто потеснить, а бесцеремонно вытолкнуть с глобального рынка. Это уже называют даже в некоторых кругах первой технологической войной наступающей цифровой эпохи.
A mediation effort is underway to end the political crisis in Sudan. Ethiopia's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed is spearheading the mission. He met both the ruling Transitional Militaries Council Lieutenant General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan as well as opposition alliance members in Khartoum. It follows the worst bloodshed the country has seen since President Omar al-Bashir was removed from office. The opposition says more than 100 pro-democracy protesters were killed this week. The government puts the death toll at 61, including 3 security personnel. The United Nations wants to send monitors to the country.
We continue, obviously, to be very gravely concerned about the situation in Sudan, and we have proposed to the government that there be a rapid deployment of a UN human rights monitoring team to examine allegations of human rights violated committed since the 3rd of June.
Mexico is increasing security on its border with Guatemala. The country is working to appease America after President Trump threatened to slap a 5% tariff on imports from Monday unless action was taken to curb the flow of illegal migrants.
Nosotros hemos informado al gobierno de Estados Unidos que se formó en México la Guardia Nacional, se tuvo aprobación constitucional y legal, y que la Guardia Nacional también tiene la encomienda de cubrir las regiones, las coordinaciones regionales que son frontera sur. Y les hemos explicado que son 6,000 hombres y que van a estar ahí desplegados.
The United Arab Emirates has told the UN Security Council a state actor was most likely behind an attack on 4 tankers. 2 Saudi vessels, an Emirati and Norwegian tanker, were targeted last month. The UAE says the incident bore the hallmarks of a sophisticated and coordinated operation. A joint investigation claims fast boats and trained divers placed mines in positions that would incapacitate the boats, but not sink them. The US has accused Iran of being responsible, which Tehran denies. The captain of a cruise ship involved in a deadly collision in Budapest is under investigation over another incident. Prosecutors say there was a similar non-fatal crash in the Netherlands in April. Last week, his vessel hit a boat carrying 33 South Korean tourists and 2 crew members on the Danube River. 17 bodies have been recovered. 7 people survived and 11 others are still missing, presumed dead. In the UK, Theresa May has officially stepped down as the leader of the Conservative Party. She'll continue to serve serve as interim Prime Minister until her successor is chosen. She announced her resignation 2 weeks ago. 11 members of Parliament are now vying for the top job. And finally, hundreds of people have gathered at Hong Kong's Aberdeen Harbour for the annual Dragon Boat Races. The festival commemorates the death of Chu Wan, a Chinese poet and politician who drowned himself more than 2,000 years ago to protest against corruption. 71 teams took part in 36 races. And that's your international news around the world in 5.